I should follow the bold lies.
They're bold
lies, not the bold solutions. But we don't have solutions. He has lies. The bold lies. Why I should follow
I want to take time to explain
the
bold, quote and unquote,
the bold lies.
Solutions that you call lies.
All right. See, yes. So you've spoken to Cletus, and I must say that it's a clear sign of leadership failure. And there has been many areas of leadership failure. See, governance is not about taking, you must not take your eye off any area. Governance is supposed to be a 24/7 agenda. But this government comes to see things and they think that it is child's play, and that you can take your eye off and things will just be normal. No, things don't get normal. The government took its eyes off, either intentionally or due to incompetence, and the situation that have happened have arisen. If you listen to Honorable Cletus Savoka, this is not in doubt. But it is not only in this area that government have taken its eyes off, and we've encountered very serious challenges. You remember when NPP came to power? One of the accusations was that they inherited excess power, and that we gave them more power than we ever need, excess power, and that they were paying for excess capacity. And Dr. Bawumia, this same doctor, when I said bold lies, this is one of the things. He went out there and quoted figures that was how much they were paying for excess capacity and excess power capacity that we didn't need. When we invited the finance minister to parliament to come and speak to FAR, because in parliament you cannot lie, the finance minister, the former, now have to speak the truth. And the figures he gave were way lower, far lower than what Dr. Bawumia was mentioning out there in his bold lies presentations. Today, they have sat aloof, and we are confronted once again with an energy situation because of this same Dr. Bawumia, who sat and changed a bank guarantee to an insurance guarantee that ended up being fake, for which reason the PDS situation happened, the scandal happened, and the American government withdrew free money of about 190 million plus that they were dollars that they were going to give us to improve upon our energy situation. Dr. Bawumia's chairmanship of the committee that looked into that process, a process the predecessor began very well and got so much money for the country because they implemented what President Kufuor got for us appropriately. And so more money was given. Dr. Bawumia and Nana Akufo-Addo came to supervise it into a mess, leading to American government taking back $190 million that would have helped us to stabilize our energy situation even further. Look at the situation where we find ourselves today. Look at the environment and our water bodies. Look at the economy. For a government that told us that Sidinaya hata, when it was $1 to less than 4 cedi, and that was why they were bringing Dr. Bawumia to come and make it better. Unless maybe NS's definition of better is what we have today, and not to bring it lower. $1 to less than 4 cedi, you said is bad. Today is $1 to 17 cedi. If that is the better, then maybe you are justified when you continue presenting yourself out there that you have solved the problem. Look at unemployment. So in every area, this government have slept on the job that is assigned them. And so I'm not really surprised about what had happened in Bawku, that you go for an arrest warrant from a high court, you withdraw that on the Nairi, understandably so, then this order is vacated by an appeals court in Kumasi. You do nothing about it, and it's not like you were unaware. You were actually engaged, as per the narration from the MP for Zebila, that you were engaged You don't go back to the magistrate court to get a new warrant. You allow this very person you yourself identify as a reason for the trouble to move into an area and to create the trouble, only for you to introduce a curfew which has not found solution all these while. So I think government, especially Dr. Bawumia, who is from that area, and the president have disappointed not just the Kusasis, but also the Mamprusis. Because now you have created a state of insecurity in that area. When your people should be happy that they have their son in leadership and that it should bring them solutions, what you bring them is troubles. Pwalugu multipurpose dam, that will help them have agriculture all year round. You deceive them. You wasted the country's $11.9 million. Now you turn around to lie to us that part of that money was used for feasibility. They think that they are talking to idiots. We are not. Ghanaians, we are not. The fact that sometimes people are quiet doesn't mean that we are idiots. Everybody knows that, look, before a project is awarded, as was done in the case of Pwalugu multipurpose, that feasibility is one of the first things that is done. And the feasibility commenced in 2013 under John Dramani Mahama when they secured the UNDP funding for VRA to execute the feasibility process, which was announced by the Agri Minister, Afriya Kutu, that in 2018 that was over. That led to now doing the designs and what have you, and award of the contract in 2019 for the president to go and cut sword for commencement of project, costing the project. So feasibility was long done. That informed the design of the project. That informed the costing after the design. So you don't come back when you have spent $11.9 million after award of the contract with nothing to show to tell us that feasibility, that cost was part of feasibility, and that you have built structures there when no structures exist. So Dr. Bawumia has been a total failure for the people of Northeast and Upper East and Ghana in totality. And this case is a clear indication. It didn't just happen to the national aspect, even the internal party issues. His own constituency, Wale Wale. Look at what happened. Look at what transpired. So how can such a person be moving around and be talking about bold solutions when you cannot help find solutions to the troubles in your own area? I think seriously that it's a leadership failure, and this leadership failure must not be allowed to travel beyond 7th December. 7th December, this must end so that Ghanaians can begin to breathe relief towards the handing over date of what? 7th January. 7th December is the vote day. They must use that day to begin to relieve themselves of this maladministration, this failure, these bold lies, this with confidence that is told out there. Many, if I want to shift even further, Doc, to the 2020 promises to the people of Cape Coast, and Dr. Bawumia especially is noted for telling things that they don't even have any plan for, just because he feels it can get them some votes. And that is what Ghanaians must look out for. And I believe that we must elect honest leaders, leaders with character. That is the only way a country can grow. And I'm happy when you were speaking to Honorable Cletus Savoka, in talking about the Constitution, you talked about an area that it looked more like the 92 Constitution was drafted on the basis of confidence in leadership, and that leadership will do what is right. And you are so right in saying so. And I have engaged President Rawlings on this, and he said same to me, that they didn't think that we could go this low after all that we went through as a country. They didn't think, he didn't think that we would go this low. But look at Dr. Bawumia. You get to Cape Coast. Oh, Cape Coast people, we have news for you. Your harbor and then airport will be built. Later, when they asked the president said, no, there is no such thing. They should go and ask the one who said it. So if the man can stand on platform and make such huge promises that don't exist, when he was just a running mate, you can imagine the duplication of lies when he himself is seeking to be president. So Ghanaians should not take those things that they say as bold solutions as truthful solutions. There's no honesty. He has no character to be able to do what it is that he says. He says them for purposes of vote, and it ends there. For someone who tells you when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. And when the exchange rate is exposing him and is running away from the economy, then he tells you that, oh, he says so then, and it is so now, but then when it is what is happening now is completely different. Randy, look at Dr. Bawumia. And sometimes when I watch him, and I don't know why Ernest and Co sometimes believes him and follow him and carry his so-called bold lies around. He knows, and we all know, that the regulation on the national identification registration was passed in 2012. The legislative instrument 2111 was passed in 2012 under the NDC administration, after President Kufuor first passed the National Identification Authority Act 2016, Act 707. It's seen various levels, but we came to develop the regulation. In that regulation, if you look at Section 7.1, mandatory use of national identity card, you have A, application for issuance of what? Passport. B, application for and issuance of what? Driver's license. Opening of individual or personal bank account. Purchase of insurance policies. All the way down to K, payment of taxes. Registration of SIM card. All these, look, have been captured in that regulation. Further work was done in 2015 by gazetting the rules. That's in 2015, somewhere around July, 8th July specifically. Gazette number 65 was developed to deal with what? Mandatory use of national identity card. If that process continues today, and you have network, and now you are using the Ghana card as TIN, your TIN number. You are using it for ABCD. And of course, the online passport issuance we started under Honorable Hannah Tete as foreign minister. Dr. Bawumia will be walking around and be suggesting to us that he is the one who brought Ghana card and made sure that Ghana card can now be used for passport. Ghana card can now be used for driving license. Ghana card is now your TIN number. When the regulation that was passed by the NDC captures all this and already say you did not pass any new regulation. Dr. Bawumia didn't pass any new regulation. The MPP didn't pass any new regulation. But the man is running out there, taking credit and shouting. And because of that, they should call him Digitalization man. Digitalization man. How many fiber optics have you even added? So for me, clearly, these guys are just a group of persons who out there peddle falsehood and fail. They have failed the people of Northeast, they have failed the people of Upper East, and by extension, they have failed Ghanaians. And they have even failed our international partners, the neighboring countries like Burkina, Mali, and the rest, who use our corridor. Because now, you are so afraid sometimes to use that route. You are so afraid to go there. I have a friend who just lost the mother. The funeral is about next month. Now I'm even afraid to travel on that route because you may not be lucky to be asked even your name or be identified. They may think that, oh, you look like someone, so therefore you are gunned down. Something seriously must be done about this situation.